Mrs. Best play too much. That's all I'm gonna say. Mrs. Best play too much. She do. She play. I ain't even ready. She play too much.
I'm in a great mood. I decided to actually take a break, James, from school. I text my professor. I was like, I'm gonna turn my assignment in late. I did tell a lie. I was like, my computer died, but I know that I can get, because I'm on school online, a little extension. I needed a break. Apparently, I'm stressed out. My blood pressure was like through the roof when I went to the eye doctor. And I was like, why is the eye doctor checking my blood pressure? But
Because they liable when they treat you. Hello.
I tried to convince the lady, y'all, I just found out I need glasses. I tried to convince the lady, I could see. Let me do it again. She let me do the little vision test 3 times. I didn't know when they changed those lenses. She was like, those were prescriptions, so you're going to need to see.
They trick you.
To play with her.
They trick you. Did they tried? They got me. They didn't get me. She goes, "Oh, you really don't need glasses." I said, "No, I don't, and I have never needed glasses."
Probably do.
You LASIK eye surgery.
Oh my God, what's good, Shanny? Welcome in. She said, I got to be here first. I really do appreciate your support. Whenever James takes me to New York, we coming to see you.
We planning that trip. We going to New York because I need to.
I just need a one-way ticket for him.
No, I ain't getting no. I'm getting a round trip. I'm not. You ain't gonna keep me in New York. I can't.
Love New York. I just do. I have a cousin out there, and I love it. It's expensive, but the people are like direct. You know what you're gonna get. I just like it, but I don't like the snow. So
yeah, I don't either.
I don't do the snow. Anywho, welcome. We here to go over Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This episode was called "Sound the Retreat." It was a snooze. There's like 1 or 2 things that happened, and then I was like, man, I wonder if my husband will do the laundry this week, or what should I cook for dinner type energy. I was like bored. I did decide to make, though, chicken cutlets with some roasted spinach, onions, and mushrooms, and macaroni and cheese. So we'll see how that goes.
And you had to live 800 miles away from me.
Everybody called me for food.
We sure do.
Yeah. Your friend Leona will drop by unannounced for food.
No, I'm gonna call you first, but definitely when I come by, I'm definitely getting some food. I'm sorry, y'all. There's just certain things that people can do. I feel like Mrs. Best missed her calling. She's still young enough to do it, but she need to own a restaurant. I'm sorry, she just does. She need to own a restaurant with just like the most authentic food ever.
Child, I need to learn how to cook the foods that make people skinny. That's the problem I'm having. But
we don't like those foods.
No, we don't like them. You took us to a noodle place that was so good in Arizona.
I did. It's called White Steve's Mongolian Grill. It's when we got to build up all of our food together. Yes. It was so much fun. That was a good time.
I love food. Anywho, y'all, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It was a little boring, but we're going to get through it. This episode starts at the retreat that Jessica is throwing for the group. I'm not moved by this retreat. I know that this retreat is not going to go well, but at the same time, I think Jessica has to heal herself and should not be helping anyone else to heal. But some of the women do make peace. Sierra and Rennie ended up making peace. Spice made peace with somebody. It starts off somewhat positive, and they do make peace. However, we know that the peace will not last when they are out of this setting. It never does. We just watched who had that healing journey? Spice and Rennie and... Oh, you muted. I see his mouth going.
It was Spice, Rennie, and I forgot the third person.
I'm forgetting her, but I can see her like if I close my eyes.
Was it Sierra?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It was. I feel like, because I'm seeing her in my head right now. It may not have been Sierra. I could be tripping, but I think it was.
Whoever the hell it was, I'm tired of these healing journeys. Now, we then move on because we back and forth between Atlanta and wherever they're at for the retreat, which looks like somewhere in the Georgia ruins. Mm-hmm. Scrappy and his mama are getting their kids. I didn't understand what was happening. I was like, is this a baptism or are they acknowledging the kids? Either way, I like the event. I thought it was nice to see Mama D like do something positive instead of behaving messy. You know, I'll give her that. But Shakira, the baby mama, shows up to this event. I'm kind of tired of Shakira. I just am. Um, Especially after the last episode, her coming down that driveway with no shoes in that road. It's like, are you mad that you're not getting the dick? Like, did you really expect for him to wife you up, snack you up, take you off the market when you got your baby in a threesome after your friend? No, but okay, I guess she's angry. But she shows up and she throws jabs at his new girlfriend who was not at the event. But she's basically mad at that Scrappy moved her to Atlanta and he lives 5 minutes away from her and their child. But she says that she barely sees him, she barely hears from him, he's barely there. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. One, I'm tired of Scrappy in the same storyline. It don't matter the woman, it's the same. Two, this is why them OGs and married women like myself say and encourage women, especially Black women, stop giving these men babies when you don't have a ring. Stop. But if you are going to give him a baby without the ring, at least make sure he is your actual boyfriend and that you are in a committed or a monogamous relationship. Because, yes, they're two different things.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. I can't feel bad for Shakira. You knew what you was going to get. He's a celebrity. His lifestyle is someone who's always on the go and probably not around as much as a traditional father would be. In addition to that, he's been on television for over 10 years with different women complaining about his inability to be a decent or consistent father, boyfriend, partner, sex buddy, spouse, husband, all of it. So, Shakira, please miss us with all of this bullshit. Please. James, how did you feel? Let's see.
The same way you do, please miss us with this because at the end of the day, you had all of the Google, Yelp, and Facebook ads and everything else on this man, and you still chose to do it. You still chose to, create this concoction with you and your friend and doing all of this. You still chose to do it. I don't understand why women think they're the exception when they go through the same cycle the last woman went through. You're not an exception. This man obviously has a pattern.
Mhm.
If you require more from him and he shows up differently, that is when you're the exception. But if you're doing the exact same thing and going through the exact same rigmarole that the last two have went through, you're not different. You're not special. You're not any of those things that you think that you are. So for you to come here today at this event and do all of this and question this man about his whereabouts, knowing he has a girlfriend, is given you're bitter and you're mad that he didn't choose you. And it's sad because you're a beautiful woman and you can go out and get anybody. Trust me, it would be an upgrade. So cut it out.
Here,
Think
here.
highly of yourself because you do need to start. You need some self esteem. Not
Yeah.
too much, but you need some.
You could be a boss and have your stuff together, Shakira, but you not that much of a boss if you think this low of yourself to even put yourself in this situation when you had every, as James says, Yelp review, Google review. I mean, you had it all, and she still chose to deal with
And you
them.
still
I
chose
can't.
to be. Yeah, it's like, man, we can't feel any more sorry for you than you doing this mess in front of us and thinking that you're going to get any changed result. It's so stupid.
It is. It is. Lord Jesus. Shani said, "Oh snap, girl! When I be doing those vision tests and I miss something, I'll be like Bill Cosby. No, let me do it again." Shani. Never change, Shani. You are
Never.
a gem. I love it. I love it. Y'all, so Carly Red back at this retreat, she decides that she's going to talk to Lil Zane's wife because that's all I know her as, Ashley. And I'm a little annoyed. Oh, the girl make me, y'all see, she got me stressed out. She making me itch. James, you want to cover the scene? It was the stupidest thing.
I really don't. I want to skip it.
Yeah, I don't
I
really have
really do. I
much.
want to skip it because let me tell you something about Ashley. Ashley has to be the most ridiculous, the most like literally dumbest person I've ever seen on reality TV thus
Mm,
far. Like, and I don't give that title to too many people, but I'm gonna give it to her because one, there's no way in hell I'm fighting over Lil Zane's little pipsqueak ass. That's one. Two, you think way too much of Lil Zane, Ashley.
she does.
Way
Nobody
too much of
wants
Lil Zane.
him. Nobody
Nobody,
wants him.
girl, you got it. Trust me. I know there's some thirsty scallywags somewhere that still would like to, you know, test the waters. I'm sure that there is. I'm sure because he's not ugly. He's not. He just let some stuff go that need to just come back. But I'm just saying, actually, you think way too much of him. Way too much of him. Because there's no way in hell you believe what came out your mouth right then and there in that scene.
I was sick of
I
her.
don't even want to repeat it because y'all, it was the craziest shit.
Ashley forgets that the beef with Carly was one that she started.
Yes,
Nobody said anything disrespectful. In fact, Ashley disrespected Carly, which is why she did apologize to Carly. But I just don't see
I
it for
didn't
her
feel like
since
that was
then.
like. I felt like that was the only sensible thing she could have done. That would maybe make it to where we don't have these thoughts. But I'm gonna say it anyway because, as I said, she thinks way too highly of Zayn.
I agree. I agree. Um, she's sitting there asking stupid questions because she wants to be relevant on the show, and she's not. She's not. I think the only reason Zayn
This
agreed
is the
to.
thing. I swear because I feel like she. I told y'all she reminds me of that girl Lil Fizz has season one of Loving Hip Hop Hollywood, where I feel like she's holding on to him, thinking he's gonna pop off again. I really do. I don't think she's really like they like I'm sure she loves him. I'm not saying she doesn't love him. And I'm sure she wants to be with him, but I do feel like the aggravation he puts her through, I feel like she's dealing with it because there's a bigger purpose to this cause. If I stick with him, he may pop off again. We own this show, he has the avenues, he got connections now. So I'm sure he'll pop off in a way to where the benefit and the payoff will be amazing for me because I just stepped through it all this time. And I wish she would have a different logic, but that's what I'm thinking. Like I really do. When I look at her, that's what I see.
Okay,
No, she
sorry.
real clear. She think a lot every woman want him, and I'm like, girl, if you say so.
Sorry, y'all. Somebody always texting me when I'm on the internet commenting on
Right.
things all the time. Moving on, y'all. Jessica at this retreat decides to ask what Mudda suck your mudda, whatever the hell, tries to ask about that. Hi, Joseph
Oh
Felton.
my goodness, Joseph Phil. Yeah, it has been a
Welcome back.
minute. We
I think
missed you. Oh my
James had
goodness.
mentioned you in a
I
video like a month or two ago. Like,
Mhm.
where are you?
Where the I was like, where the hell is Joseph Phelps? Where has he been? Like, I have not seen you in so long. I did mention, I don't remember what video it was, but I did mention you. It's so good to see you. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh, do not be a stranger anymore.
Y'all, the Jessica and them is going over this Jamaican term, mother sucker, suck your mother, all the stuff that Spice did when she and another popular Jamaican artist sold out Barclays Center, which is hard to do. So very good to them. Um, but she has said that about Brandy, or not Brandy, Bambi. And the reason she said that is because we do have to remember, I don't like Spice. I just don't. I also think Spice is bigger than this show and does not need this show because she has a legit career. However, Spice did not, she may have started the beef between her and Bambi, and Spice was messy and did not handle that cast album appropriately. The whole thing was a joke. However, comma, Spice did not just go and make a diss track to Bambi. Bambi made a diss track to Spice and apparently the rest of the cast, talking about Scrappy got $11 in his account and talking about Rashida and Kirk and saying like it was a diss, like I'll call it a generalized diss. And I feel like Bambi did that because she is from Compton, aka Kendrick Lamar. And I feel like she was quoting the Not Like Us song a lot last season, and then she went ahead and did a diss. Maybe Bambi's like delusional and thinks that she can blow up the way Kendrick Lamar did in Beef or something. But Kendrick Lamar can rap. So can Drake. You see, that's how rap beefs work. Usually, people can rap. And it is what it is. So I'm looking at her and I'm like, why are you even doing this to Spice? Spice is responding. When you beef with an artist, especially in hip hop, Bambi, you should know, especially where you're from, people say the craziest thing. She likes to quote Not Like Us and is so offended at this Jamaican term. She's like, no, nobody talk about my mama. Kendrick Lamar spoke on Drake's mama, his race, how black he really was, the man's clothes, called him a pedo, and some more stuff. Tupac started a song in his diss track saying, "First off, fuck your bitch," and the Click You Clay. Talking about that's why he fucked his wife. Like, I don't know if y'all know. What other diss songs do we have? Ice Cube, Eazy-E. They all said some horrible things. So the fact that Bambi is sitting here, you want to be respected as a rapper, you start a rap beef, and now you throwing a fucking fit because a bunch of Jamaicans was saying, mother sucker, fuck your mother. But you said your baby daddy had $11 in his account and called Spice's botch body so much. Like, what? James, do you feel like Bambi should have had that energy? Because she ends up going back and forth with Spice, and Bambi was like, I'll beat your ass, bitch.
We know. That's all I said. I was like, yeah, we know.
I talk about my mama. You a rapper. And your mama
Here's
came
my
on
thing.
TV.
Here's my thing, and I'm so sick of Bambi. I really am. I love Bambi. I do. I don't dislike her at all. But the problem that I have with her is that when it comes to someone dissing you, it's to the hell with the hellfire with you. But the moment you do to someone else, oh, I'm just playing, or it's not that serious. And it's like, okay, but it cannot be one sided. If you get offended by the things that people do to you and you decide to offend someone, then you need to be able to take the repercussions of what you could do to someone else. That's all we're saying. But for you to be like, oh, they talking about my mama, it was like, okay, and you were talking about people's situations too. It doesn't, okay. And a lot of people are like, well, that's not the same thing. I'm like, okay, here's the thing. Y'all can't pick and choose and measure what offends you versus someone else. Because something that could offend me may not offend Mrs. Best, and vice versa. But still, I'm not going to take away her validation or feelings for being offended, and she would not do the same for me. So it's kind of like you can't pick and choose what's more offensive in things and situations because you just never know. So that's why she annoyed me in this scene because it was like, okay, it's okay for you to do it and say it's just rap or it's just music or it's just my art or it's just this. But when someone says to you, oh, you went too far, I'm gonna beat your ass, it's like, no, you can't be that same way. I'm sorry.
Mm. Yes, I definitely agree with that. Shanny said, "That's first the fuck your wife it was," and the Click You Clay. Whatever the hell. The response was another diss. Not, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, stop. Stop. It's annoying, but I just want Bambi to ghostwrite and nothing else. I really don't want her as a rapper. Anywho, these two almost fight, but I did feel like Spice read Bambi for Phil. Spice told Bambi, you out here showing your body and you not even getting paid for it. You the only one here without a house, and everybody done been through some divorces and stuff. I said, you know what? I'm actually not mad at Spice this time. I'm not mad at Spice because the way Bambi moves in general for reality TV is always off. And it's just a little odd that you want to have a beef with Spice. I get that Spice handled the album wrong, but just move on and work with other people to keep it going is strange. And then to throw some strays in there from other cast members was odd.
Yeah.
It was odd. It was odd, Bambi. But Sierra tries to make the peace, and Spice ends up yelling at Sierra because Spice feels as though it's weird that Sierra's defended Bambi when she says that Sierra talk about not liking Bambi. And I said, Spice, that's why people don't mess with you, because there's certain things she does that are messy. Sierra did talk about Bambi publicly when they were beefing. She absolutely did. But they've since moved on and made up. That's why they didn't have any beef after Spice said that. Just because somebody feels a way about someone, you cannot get mad at them for trying to make peace, especially when the girl is not taking sides and is just asking to let it rest. So I thought that was a little weird. But Spice is crying because she feels like on this show, people have made her to look bad. And I need Spice to understand, no, baby girl, you are the reason you look bad on this show. You. I feel like she was genuinely hurt because a lot of people, even though Erica Mena made a racial slur against Spice, a lot of people were like, that's what she gets because her mouth is foul. Spice says and does the most and was fighting and going crazy. But after that Erica Mena situation and people kind of turning on her and being tired of her and she wasn't received well, then she started to change up. Spice, you're responsible for your behavior and how you look, just like you control your image and things for your career. If you don't like how you look, then do better. But do not cry about it while lacking accountability. Also, she's too big of a star for this show, no shade. Why is Spice filming next to D-list Rashida?
Speaking of Rashida, because they was I was at, what is that coffee place called? Dutch Bros. I was at Dutch Bros, and while they were playing Bubblegum, I have no idea. But I was like, I had rolled down that window and I said, I know this ain't Bubblegum playing.
Well, you were at Dutch Bros. That's no shade, the coffee of children. Sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Just sugar. Lord help us. People
Yeah,
still listen to Rashida though.
they
Especially
do.
like especially at parties. Like if somebody throws like a themed party that's around like the early 2000s or late 90s party,
Well,
like
no, we definitely playing
that's
Bubblegum. Yeah, no, we definitely. If I decided to throw like a back in the day, early 2000s music party, Bubblegum definitely making the playlist. So yeah, no, I totally get it. But it was just funny because I was like, I hadn't heard Bubblegum since maybe Rashida came back on or started loving hip hop back in what 2010, 2011. I haven't heard it since then.
I wish Rashida would have went into like modeling or something
Yeah, definitely something different.
instead of music because I'll never take her seriously as an artist. I don't think she has any talent personally.
I don't
But
take it serious on reality TV either.
yeah.
So yeah,
He says she should just go away. Um, with her oversized and overpriced freaking Sheen clothes that she's selling in that store. Um, let me see. Shanny said ever since that BBL, Spice seems very, very angry.
where's the lie?
Plastic surgery don't fix you. Just make
Mm-hmm.
you look different. Now we get back to Atlanta because Scrappy's having an event. Apparently, Scrappy has a label. His music career, let me tell you this. When you go to a Beyonce concert, when you go to a Brandy concert, if you go to really any concert, artists will always sing like their biggest hits off rip. But Scrap in this same song are driving me crazy. Everything we see, he performing this song, but he has new music, which tells me nobody want to hear the new shit. But he has a label. Child. He has a label. He's having like a little showcase for his artists, and this is where we meet a new cast member and one of, I'm not sure if she scraps artists after we met more of this artist, but Salma Slims, who is also a model. She says she went from the runway to rapping and all of these things. We also learned she's the wife of popular artist and producer 24 Hours. They've been married for 8 years. It doesn't seem like they're going to come on the show with drama, but then again, you never know.
You
But I,
never know. 'Cause, yeah, we said the same thing about Zayn and Ashley. We saw that what happened there.
and then that other couple last season, we haven't seen
Oh
them.
yeah,
International
the big ass
Nova.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, the crazy. I'm like, I guess they're
Mhm.
not coming back. Uh, But Thelma Slims and 24 Hours are introduced. Apparently, Scrappy's responsible for helping 24 Hours come to Atlanta to launch his career, which is nice. I will say that about Scrappy. He does seem to have decent relationships in his area. It's nice to have a new couple. I liked what 24 Hours said about him and his wife actually representing love and hip hop. They're both in hip hop. They're both in love. They've been together for some time, which tells me hopefully they have some strength for reality TV. But I mean, I don't really have much to say thus far, but how do you feel about them?
Um, they seem pretty solid. I will say that. They seem, you know, who they actually reminded me of. Not to say they were solid, but they reminded me of Kalina and her husband. I forgot his name.
Yes, and they still together.
They're still together, yet. I forgot what her husband's name was, but that's who they reminded me of. And I was like, oh, okay. So we'll
I
see
don't
what
have.
happens.
We got like a sprinkle of them, but I didn't mind it. I wish it would have done it at another showcase instead of Scraps, but you know, it is what it is. Shani said it's only their first team. Give them some time. Yeah, and they didn't even get like
They
a
got
full
like 2 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah, they did. They got 2 minutes, and that was it. Yeah,
Joseph.
he does seem very chill. I will say that, like versus like the other people they bring on here for like a season or two, he definitely seems like he has what it takes, and she seems very cool as well. So I'm
Yeah.
interested to see what
They
they do.
both seem like they know who they are, and they both seem confident in their relationship. And I feel like people in a relationship of any sort will understand like what I mean by that. Like confident, and when they're around others, they stand together. It seems so good for them, but we'll see. I just hope they don't break up. We don't need nobody else breaking up.
Right.
Tired of people breaking up. Um. Okay, back to the misery of the show, y'all. So after the positivity, Zayn asked Scrappy if when because his girlfriend Brittany is there, and he asked Scrappy if Brittany is the reason that Shakira, the baby mama, has been tripping. A bitch they went and welcome in. Happy evening to you. She said, I'm so glad they did away with the Latino man and his wife. I don't like his rap name, International Nova. That's too much. Who the fuck wants to type that out in the Spotify when they looking for they like
I'm just saying, like to me, when I put that in Alexa will go pull up a Chevy Nova that's trying to cold start. So yeah, yeah.
I'm dying at James. I'm dying. I don't miss them either, bitch. They win, and I'm glad you brought that up. I hope that we do not see them. The sun's setting, y'all. Sorry. I hope that we do not see them because I didn't like them, didn't like her. Their dynamic was weird, and that man's forehead was something I'll never forget. Ever. Ever in life. Anywho, y'all, what we see next? So Zayn is doing all this messy stuff in front of Scrap's current girlfriend, and this is where Rashida and Kirk Frost decide to walk away because, and Rashida, why are you on this show? Whenever a girl has a problem with you, you don't really address it. You just shut them down and ignore them or end the conversation or you walk away. Why are you on TV if that's all you do? We ain't got a real moment from Rashida since her mama ran over Kirk's bike seasons ago.
We haven't, and since K Michelle kept trying her and she tried to fight. The problem with Rashida is that I feel like Rashida's afraid one of these young girls gonna whoop her ass. That's why she over there, you know, don't want to deal with nothing. And she too old to be having fights on TV. Don't nobody want to see some old ass geriatric lady fighting somebody. So
Her
yeah,
and her husband need to go away
they're
because
not. They're Yandy and Medici's pretty much
Rashida
all
and
over again.
Kirk, I cannot. Kirk is gonna need to apply for Medicare real soon. And
He ain't Kurt sick. Ain't Kurt about 60 right now?
oh shit, you gotta be 65.
Oh, it's the 65. I thought it was 55. Never mind. Well, hell, he right there. Shit, he got
He's
it.
right there. I'm so sick of him. I cannot. I miss Chaotic as well. I actually miss Chaotic as well. And to get rid of Chaotic, who had a fresh new storyline and was funny, to have Scrap, who's basically doing the same storyline again with a different bitch this season. I'm tired, child. I'm
I'm
tired.
telling you, Mona owed him some money. That's what it is.
He said I could not stand the
I'm
John
blaming Mona.
Georgia crew. I love Scotty's
We love
reviews.
Scotty. Hey, Scotty.
I really love Scotty's reviews. Love, love, love them.
I
They're
crack up
simple,
every
but like to the point. Love it. Not sashay away.
No, I was catching up with Scotty's channel when he did Love and Hip Hop New York, and he used to call Rashida Ali Wendy's. I fucking
Raw Ali is still a mess.
she
Um,
is that shit had me on the floor. I was like, not Wendy's.
Shanny said, I thought the Frost got fired or quit the show and wasn't coming back this season. We are
Girl,
praying. We would be in an unpopular opinion so quick on James's channel
do
that
you
would
really think if that dropped, I wouldn't report on that? Absolutely, I would.
we
The
will be
moment that
on live partying on his channel. We gonna be smoking and drinking and celebrating and dancing and
I'm
chanting.
trying to tell you, I don't even smoke and I'll try it. Shit, I'm just saying, I will be so happy when they get off the show. Yandy too. I can't wait for Yandy to leave Love and Hip Hop, but they're
Yeah.
not gonna leave Love and Hip Hop because this is their main check. They
Well,
ain't no.
Yandy, I don't think this is her main check because she has a lot going on. I think she just liked being in the forefront. And I think you're right about Mona owing her some money or something.
Mona owe Yandy. I don't talk about Yandy. Mona owe Yandy some money. That's why Yandy on here. But I'm just, and it's a way to get free promotion. I
But
get it. Like I definitely.
The Frost can go. They what do they bring? We don't like those people. We don't like. Nobody likes Rashida.
Nobody likes Rashida. What's
Like
funny is I like her first season. I did like her first season because I didn't like Rocky, the girl. I didn't like her. I just don't know about her. I just didn't like. It was her mouth. I just didn't like her. So I liked her the first season. It was when she got into it with Tahiri. That's when I lost respect for her. I was like, oh, now you playing. You being jealous and stuff.
Rashida, I don't. Though
Yeah,
she
she
do
wasn't
weird stuff.
her. And then Fabulous Assistant. I didn't like her either. The one that was, proud that she was sleeping with everybody. I just don't. I forgot her name. It was like summer or spring or one
Not
of their
summer
seasons.
or spring.
She had it was like summer or spring or April or something like that. That was
Mm.
her name. Yeah, Fabulous. I don't remember her name, but it's something
Child,
like Winter. Winter was her name. Winter was her name. It just came to me. Winter was her name. Yeah, I didn't like
no,
her either.
child. I don't like her. Never will. Anywho, Scrappy introduces his new girlfriend to Erica Dixon. Dixon had an attitude because I guess when Scrappy was supposed to be trying to get her back and chasing after her, that is during the timeline that he met this new woman. I don't feel sorry for Erica Dixon no more, and I want Erica Dixon to move on. Where are your kids, Erica Dixon, them small twins? Where are the men that you are dating? Stop slipping in here if you're not going to be here. Do y'all know what I'm trying to say? And you cannot get mad that this man who was never your husband, yes, by choice, but was never your husband and was not your man at the time. You mad because he's dating a woman that was in a section partying with y'all a couple months ago? Like, one, Atlanta is small. It seemed like everybody done dated everybody. And two, Scrappy is community dick. Why are you being rude to this girl who ain't done
But
nothing
the
to
thing
you?
about it is, he been this way the entire time. Like
Yes.
I could see if maybe he was really good and then he ended up being not so good and then that's what she's angry at. But no, he has been this exact same way since season one. So what do you think is supposed to be different? And y'all know I don't like Erica. I don't. I don't like Erica at all. I've never liked her. I felt like she was one of those women that was just so angry at her childhood that is seeped out of everything else that she did in her life. Like it just on the show, especially. Like it just seemed like all roads led back to her mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, and I feel like when you take out your frustrations on people, when you're really angry at your mama, it tends to not fathom with me. I don't like you after that because I feel like you need to go to therapy. That's what I want to know. Bitch, they went. Where's that other baby daddy, the football player that she was so left this show for and everything? Where is he?
It's weird. I think this comment, I think women take pride in being baby mamas. Don't nobody care if you had a baby with that man, especially
I
when he went
really
on to
don't.
have
That's
babies
not
with
a
a bunch
flex
of
for me at
people.
all.
It's not a flex, especially, it's definitely not a flex. But, you know, I don't know. She's too much, but she tried to catch an attitude. I can see we all just did not agree with that. It was weird. And we're all tired of Erica Dixon. And I actually used to be a fan of Erica Dixon. Those who watch my channel know that. James knows that. But I have not liked her since her return to Love and Hip Hop at all. Not this season, not last season, not the one before, and I won't. It's weird. But the last thing we see in this episode is the women going to an activity to release some things. You know, let me explain something, y'all. You don't just release things that you've been feeling for years and years and years. You don't unleash trauma and release simple things. You don't do that just by throwing a flower away. It's a good start, but I encourage everybody who has something to release during this little event, like, actually seek some help, especially Carly, because she keeps making the same mistakes with men over and over. And though what she goes through she doesn't deserve, she really has to take a look at herself to figure out why she keeps choosing essentially the same man in different variations and ages and all of that. It's too much. Clocked by T, pretty picture, welcome in. She says, I love Erica and always will. A lot of people do. I still like Erica. I just don't like how she moves as it relates to her baby daddy. Like, if she's going to come back to this show, show her boutique, which is allegedly doing well. Show how she makes money. Show us how you co-parent with your other baby daddy. Like, show us life after Scrappy, because whenever she's around him, though, you know, you're around somebody you've been knowing for a while and they kind of take you back to how you used to be. I feel like that happens with Erica.
Yes.
She got to figure that out.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that exact same thing you were saying. I feel like that's what makes me have pause with her, because I feel like, to me, y'all have to understand, this is something that has happened over a decade ago. She has not been with this man in over a decade. So for me, for her to feel this strong about it, it's like, I don't understand why you women have attachment to men you have children with this hard that never made you their wife. I will never understand that.
Well, in her case, he did try to make her his wife and she chose to decline it. So I think that's the thing that a lot of people forget about Erica. Like, she could have been a wife. She chose not to be, which I think was the right choice. But if you're going to choose not to be, then you need to remove yourself from the man.
Yeah, like that. Like, I don't, yeah. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind, but then remove yourself from the situation and only be about parenting your daughter who is now grown. So there's no need for you to go back and forth with him. There's no need for you to catch an attitude. There's no need for that anymore. Hey, how you doing? So good to see you. I'm glad you will. And move the fuck on. That's what needs to happen from this point on.
I agree. A bitch day when it's that related to Carly. Exactly. Carly is too old for that, and she almost 60. A bitch day when it will never let us forget.
Ain't she?
Carly Red's age. She has to be. She's
been has to be about 60 now, because she was 50 when she started the show. So yeah, Carly got to be about 60.
I know the year I got married, which was 2012, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was in its second season. So Carly has been here.
She's the same age as Mimi. So how old is Mimi?
Ooh, Mimi was older when she came.
Yeah, Mimi was in her mid-40s when she started the show. So yeah, Carly got to be about 60 by now. If she's not 60, she'll be 60 within the next 2 years.
I can't stand you, James, in the next 2 weeks. Clocked by T said, related to Erica Dixon, so no one gets confused. She has shown those parts of her life, but they don't air it. I mean, we don't really know. They don't do. We don't
know that they did. Yeah, we don't know that.
But I do think
she hasn't been a main cast member in years.
Yeah, I think if they're going to bring her back, though, make her a main cast member, because Imani is grown, so she don't need to be hanging out with the baby daddy. But you know, this is also true. This is a true statement. They only air drama. Like, they don't even put effort with editing, it seems, into showing us things that would make the drama make sense, like crescendo or something. They just kind of show like the screaming, which, so I can understand that. A bitch they want to say Erica is not interesting. She swears she not ghetto, but she is very ghetto and always wanting to fight with the messed up attitude.
I'm telling you, that's me, y'all. If y'all go back to her mama,
that constitutes ghetto, because there are people from everywhere who look all types of ways that are willing to fight. And most of the time when Erica has fought, I can understand it, but I like agree and disagree with it a little bit. She can't, like, I feel like her mama.
It's her mama. I'm telling y'all, Erica's problem is her mama. And the problem is that I don't think she's gotten the necessary therapy to really understand and trick, because she wouldn't allow men like Scrappy to trigger her when you know Scrappy ain't shit to begin with. He shouldn't be able to trigger you the way he does.
That's true. That's true.
So come on, like I'm telling you, all roads lead to Mignon. They do. I'm telling y'all. I'm gonna say it until I'm blue in the face. They all lead to her mom.
That's true. That's all of us, though. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
When they was releasing them flowers in that puddle of water, because it was not a creek, it was not a river.
Shani, why are you like this?
Those flowers did not go anywhere. They were not. Shani. Shani. Shani.
I can't breathe.
She said when they released the flowers in a puddle of water, because it wasn't a creek and it wasn't a river. Thank you. I was like, they have them climbing down in the nature.
I blame MTV for this. I blame MTV for this. I'm telling you, this is MTV's fault, y'all. This ain't their fault. This is MTV's fault for picking this cheap ass place to come to in the first place. No disrespect to the people who own it. But I'm sorry, MTV didn't do y'all any justice by showcasing y'all business in this format.
I
And
just
if I
think of
was
Georgia
y'all,
and the
huh?
humidity. Who wants to be outside in the Georgia heat?
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to disrespect
Shit.
people who own the land and who own the establishment. I don't want to disrespect them because it's not their fault that MTV chose to show some fuck shit. So I'm sorry. That's how I see
You know, somebody probably came because they give the type 2 and collected them flowers up because, as Shannon said, they did not flow. And the group that was there after them, they might use those same flowers again. You never know. Flowers are expensive. Clock by T said if you watch her interview, she said she showed her businesses in becoming a realtor, but they just would not air it. Oh,
it. Okay.
See, that's why I love when y'all actually comment. Please participate.
Participate. Yes, we love this
We
because
want to
we don't
know.
know. Listen, Erica's not on my radar. None of the Ericas on Love and Hip Hop are on my radar.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm just like, if y'all send us stuff. Mr.
please.
Vincent sends stuff all the time. Send us stuff so we can see what it is, so that way we can have difference of opinions.
Because
But
if we would have saw that interview James does on his channel, the link to James's channel is in the description of this video for those interested. He does something called Unpopular Opinions. We would have discussed that because to me that's problematic. If this woman who has done well for herself off of television can come back full time, but chooses to come back just as like friend of status, has all of these things that she's done to become successful and to sustain herself, especially a Black woman, I would want to see it. And Clock by T made a comment a little while ago saying they only want to show the drama. And I do believe Erica, if she said that in an interview, I definitely believe that because we only see her really when Scrap is entertaining new women, introducing new women, or complaining about existing women. So it's like, we used to have her as a full-time cast member and not Scrap, and now we got, I don't really care as much about him, but yeah, I believe that. Thank you for telling us. 2012, yes, thank you. Long ass time. My wedding anniversary is actually next month, and I need to figure it out because I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go, and I'm tired of California, so I don't know. But I got to stay on a budget because we going to Cancun during Thanksgiving, so I got to stay on a budget because.
Damn, I was gonna say meet me in San Pedro so we can get some crab.
San Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, are you going to San Pedro?
Pier. I want to go to the pier and get some seafood.
I'll always eat seafood with you. Oh, you gonna love Josiah because that's all he eats is seafood. He loves seafood. Crab.
Well, see, Neil's allergic, so he can't have it. So he ain't gonna. I don't think he'll make. I mean, I'm sure he could be in the building with it, but yeah, we're gonna have to get him some chicken.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll eat chicken with Gio. Clocked by T said, I feel they would have more views if they brought Clock It. And that's why your name is your name. Getting rid of the reunions
was the
during a
stupidest
time.
thing. But hear us out though, y'all. Before we put more emphasis on this, do we really want MTV to do their reunions? Just really think about that. Because you have to understand, Atlanta belongs to MTV now. Do we really want them to do their reunions based on Jersey Shore, based on Teen Mom? Do we really want them to do it? because I feel like they're not going to get the fair just due, and whoever the host is not going to really give them the key points, that things that we bring up, like Clock by T brings up Erica's interviews. Like we bring up stuff all the time. They're not going to watch the recappers. They don't watch us. That's why MTV ain't saying nothing about us yet, because they know how they do us. So I don't want them doing the reunions. I really don't, unless they're going to do them right. And I want a great host. I don't think Egypt Sherrod would do Love and Hip Hop, but I need a host that has her aesthetic.
Call Monique. She always complaining and pissing somebody else off. And I'm just saying, she could use the job. And she hosted a Love and Hip Hop Atlanta reunion years ago.
Yes,
She was
yeah.
the one who told Jocelyn. And this was so legendary for side chicks to hear all over the world. The same way you get them, baby, is the same way you're going to lose them. So you got to be careful.
No, that wasn't Jocelyn. She told Tara that. That was Tara.
Oh, that was
It was
Tara.
Tara. The Tara had that short haircut, and I didn't like it. And everybody got mad at me because that looks cute on her. I said, no, it doesn't. It makes her look like a little girl. It does
I hate you
not.
for
Yeah,
that.
it's no, it was horrible. But she said that to Tara because Tara was always trying to point the finger at Amina, and it was like, well, why don't you point the finger at Peter? Oh no, I do point the finger at him. And she goes, well, how did you meet Peter?
But
And
she
she goes,
did
well, he was
also
another
say that
agent.
to Jocelyn in earlier seasons.
Did she say
Like
that to Jocelyn? I
way
don't
back.
know.
She did. She did.
Okay.
Because Jocelyn was proud of being a side chick and kept, well, she's a maid. She's a maid. I said, oh Lord.
No, that
Bring
lives
back
rent
charter
free in my
school.
head. That lives rent free in my head. When I tell you, she be like, "Hey, man," I be that shit. I be
The fact that
dying laughing
Mimi
at
was
this shit.
still dealing with him after that was crazy. That was like peak Love and Hip Hop era. Because if I walk in my house and somebody talking about, hey, May, I'm fighting. I'm losing everything I got. But,
No,
you know,
not Hey May, but just Hey May in a fur coat, acting like she runs stuff. It'd be like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna show you May. You better hope this
the
night I make it to my
reunions,
room."
a bitch that would have said the reunions were too wild. I agree. I don't think MTV wanted to deal with that. Honestly, MTV was probably like, we ain't trying to deal with them wild ass niggas. But let's keep it a buck. Bring the reunions back, and if people get too wild at reunions, hold them accountable, and then maybe they won't do it. There's a way to do it. They
I
could.
mean, if Amber Port can bring her ass on there and fight everybody, I don't understand why they can't. But once again, this is MTV.
That's true. Shanny said, shake the water off those shits and reuse them for the next group. Right. That's what they was doing with them flowers, y'all. A bitch they went and said exactly because we know nothing about Erica Dixon aside from being mean. I don't think Erica Dixon's actually that mean.
No,
She
she's just
gives them
angry.
like the girls that scrap dates, but in terms of everyone else, she gives them a fair shot.
She's not
But
mean. She just, if she is mean, is she's mean because she's angry, and she's angry because she's afraid. And I think that that's where she need. That's why I said she needs to do some soul searching. Because if she did some soul searching, she actually may be like more of a prosperous person where we would like her more if she really did some soul searching. But she's angry. Like she's
yeah,
angry, and
but being angry in life and intentionally mean are very different. But she
yeah,
definitely does have a lot of unresolved anger because
yes.
Erica will fight. But this day when they say, yeah, I heard they're not supposed to be having the basketball reunions, right? You know what? I haven't heard anything about the Basketball Wives reunion. Generally, I don't because I think part of the reason that show does well on my channel is because not as many people are into it as they were like 10 years ago. But they need to do a reunion and they need to be very
It would be
careful
in
with
their
how
best
they
interest
do it.
to do one. I think this is the
Yeah.
one time I would vote for one if they um were to do one. Like I know they skipped out on a reunion last season, and there was another season they skipped out on have a reunion as well. But I feel like if they're going to do it, this is the season to bring a reunion because I feel like us viewers and people who do recaps want to address some things with Miss Chantel that she needs to address at the reunion. And this was the perfect.
Chantel, though, I could see why they might not do one. And then the bitch they went in and saying it came from the Jasmine brand, which is a pretty, in my opinion, reputable blog.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. Chantel came on the show with a mission, and I think that with Takari threatening legal things and other stuff and calling out the network, the producer, Shawnee, her sister, for this storyline, I don't know. VH1 may not want nothing to do with it, and Shawnee don't want to be held accountable. I think it would be the first reunion she don't show up to, but we'll see. Clocked by T said, "Did you guys speak about the drama between Spice and Bam?" We did. We did. We've actually reached the end of the recap, but I'll go over it again for you. I just don't feel. I don't feel like Bambi got an argument.
She does.
You talking about this lady, talk about your mother, but she's not. The way I got the term that Spice had them chant at the Barclays Center was like, okay, well, yo mama, or go to hell, or fuck you, as Spice explained. Like, the term can align with a bunch of different things, but Bambi started a rap beef that should have only addressed Spice, but then she addressed her baby daddy and other cast members. I don't think she should have done that. If you're gonna start a rap beef, it's up. Nigga, like, it's up. Get over it. Worse things have been said as it relates to a rap beef. And Spice did not talk about her mom in the song at all. The crowd was hollering that because that was Spice's response. So Bambi's always doing this shit, though. Bambi is always doing this shit. Bambi been doing this shit since Basketball Wives LA. Bambi like to start shit with people, and then when they boom, 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 right back at her, she's suddenly mad and playing victim and so offended. I was like, you gonna whoop
I
her
think
ass?
there's only one fight that she had on here that was completely justifiable, in my opinion. It was that fight she had with it was another Erica. I think her last name was Pinkett or something like that.
Oh, I remember
They
that.
were, they were in the club and she was bringing up how she had a miscarriage and stuff in the middle of a club and stuff. That was justifiable for me. Like, I remember saying, "Oh yeah, she needed to get popped for that," because it's like, you don't know her, you on here on some funny shit with her man. So the fact that she popped you, I wasn't mad at that. I just really wasn't.
Craziness, craziness, craziness. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I don't know normally show my face for those who wonder why, but lately I've just been like, it's easier because I feel like I'm talking to myself and I don't, like, if that makes sense. James gets it.
Yeah.
Like us Black Americans, especially Southerns, who say your mama. That's what I'm
That's why I
talking
don't.
about.
And you know what's funny? That's why I don't get mad at Dr. Heaven when she says it.
Me too.
I never get mad at that because it's kind of like it's the natural comeback that we always heard, especially where we're from. Me and Mrs. Best, we always heard that, so that's why I wasn't really too mad. But people get in their feelings about Dr. Heavenly doing it. That's the person I know who does it like all the time.
They just don't
So,
like her. That's
yeah,
all.
I get it.
I'm just saying when it said Spice did throw up in her face her, I'm assuming, marital things that she has. Bambi could have easily said, "Why your kid's not with you in America?" She could have. But the thing of it is, instead she chose to be mad at a comment talking about your mama. But Spice didn't throw anything in Bambi's face until she was getting mad, saying, "So you gonna say that about my mom? F you." So this is the one situation that y'all know I do not like Spice, but I'm actually on Spice's side as it relates to this Bambi drama. In the now. Not last season, because Spice handled that cast album like a fool.
Yeah,
But
she did.
in today's time, I'm like, they shouldn't be. Bambi's too much. But yeah, I would have said the same thing. Where are your kids? I know where mine's at. Where are yours? Shani said, "I missed the fact that you talked about Scrappy having a whole baby shower supposedly for his kids and their mother's not there. Why was Bambi and her family not there?" Bambi and Scrap are divorced now. You could tell she dropped them babies off and runs.
I would have too.
Yeah.
What the hell I'm there for?
This is also true. Bambi did talk about Spice's body in her diss, and then she also doubled down on it while arguing with them. And that is when Spice was like, "So if I'm matched, I'm going to talk about you. And that's why you're walking around with your clothes out and you're not getting paid. And that's why you're the only one that don't own a house." And blah, blah, blah. It was all a response to Bambi. Yeah. You poke the bear, you get bit, shut the fuck up, put your cigarette out, and go heal your wound. That's all. That's it. Mm-hmm. Spice was body shaming Bambi after Bambi body shamed Spice on a track, unprovoked. And then Shani said, "I grew up in the generation when we always said your mama or your mother." Oh, I know.
We're sensitive these days about that. We knew that didn't happen no warnings or no bait on that. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Not to mention Spice chose, that is a fact. She did choose to get a botched body. She did choose to botch her body. And Bambi chooses to dress that way because we have to remember how old Bambi is too. Up like Bambi be having everything out. Her body do look good though.
It do, yeah, it's beautiful.
Bambi
Yeah.
does look good. I think the best she's looked in years right now. Sorry,
Yeah.
Spice was house shaming Bambi, so Bambi body shame. The two don't mix. Anybody can get or lose a house, but your body, that's something that's closer to you. You're defined by your body usually, not your house.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. We'll probably agree to disagree, but yeah. I love that you both interact with the people in the comments. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
I love
welcome. Love it. Yes.
That's
Yes,
why
yes,
we
yes.
here for y'all.
Mhm.
That way we can
Yes.
talk about other stuff. Because before YouTube, I was like, husband, did you see what this and that? And he'd just be looking like, what's for dinner? Like, he don't care. He don't. Her body do look good. Her body look good. Bambi does
She
look
older
good.
than 40.
She is older than 40 because
She
when she
older
was
than
on
40.
Basketball Wives, she was in her early 30s.
30, yeah. She was in
Yeah.
her mid 30s. No, she was in her mid 30s.
Thank you for staying with it.
Yes.
These people,
All right,
though,
I gotta go. I gotta go pick up my husband. So I'll see you guys
we are
later.
actually ending the live. I appreciate everybody who was here. Nothing else happened, y'all. So we'll be back on my channel tomorrow for the Housewives of Miami. I don't know what time it'll be, but we're going to figure it out. I am a full-time graduate student and I work full-time, so I will figure it out. We'll be back on James's channel through, I believe he said Sunday. He said Sunday because he's got a lot going on. He injured his knee. He's got a lot going on. So we'll be back Sunday. But I appreciate everybody for watching. I hope that you liked the video. Share it if you really like us. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Adios.